This is Off the Break Podcast, presented by Silver Screen Insider.
Welcome back to Off the Break Podcast. I'm Cody, and with me are Kyle and Eric this morning.
Hello.
What's up? What's up?
And on today's podcast, we're going to talk about Pokemon.
All things Pokemon?
Yes.
All the Pokemons?
All the Pokemans?
Pokemans, yeah.
Are we going to catch them all today?
Did we bring our Pokeballs?
I lost mine.
You lost yours?
I don't know where my
Darn.
Pokemans are.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't see it yet.
Bring up the app on your phone and go catch them.
I'm bad at the Pokemon Go
I wonder
app.
how many people thought that this movie was based on just Pokemon Go. Like, I read a bunch of articles. They're like, it's just the way they were written. And I could tell that like the people were probably older and weren't super familiar. They're like, oh yeah, this was based on that one game, Pokemon Go,
They
right?
got the game wrong. It was based on the Detective Pikachu game. Like, I from what I've heard, like it's actually
the character
close to
is.
what
The
it
character
was.
is, yeah. I think
Yeah.
the story is its own kind of.
Is it his own story?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But
As far as I
they
know.
even got the game wrong. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Pokemon's way bigger than Pokemon Go.
Do better. Well, yes. They go hand in hand nowadays, I guess.
well,
I don't know. I don't know very
Yeah.
much about Pokemon. As you
Neither
can
do
tell.
I don't know very much either. But Kyle and I,
like to
did
think
go
I
to
do.
did go to early shows last night, Thursday night, and it was really fun because they handed out official Pokemon trading cards to just the early show people. So we got special cards, and my 5-year-old son was so excited.
My best friend, who's the major Pokemon fan, he was looking around in the theater and he saw that people had like the trading cards in their hands, and he's like, "What? Why didn't I get trading cards?" And I was like, "Well, I bought your ticket late, so that's why we didn't get the cards. If we did it early, we would have." And he was like,
Some
"Oh,
Pokemon
okay."
fan.
Yeah. So no cards for him today, but he already has like 10,000.
Gives
of
me
them
flashbacks
anyway.
to the Yu-Gi-Oh movie. They gave out like
Did they do
Yu-Gi-Oh
that same
cards.
thing?
Yeah, they gave out like a pack of like 5 Yu-Gi-Oh cards for that
Oh,
movie.
you only got 2 Pokemon cards.
Are
Spoiler
they like
alert.
actual Pokemon
Yeah.
cards, like
It was
ready to use in the game and everything?
One was Detective Pikachu, and they were totally game cards.
wonder
I
if
wish
they're
I would have
worth
got.
anything.
There were 2 versions of it, and I wish I would have got like. I think I got the detective version, but I wish I would have gotten the caffeinated version.
Are they foily?
What do you mean foily?
Like shiny? Like
Yeah, they're like nice.
they're like fancy. Some of the fancier cards have like a foil
Yeah.
sheen on the cover.
You're not cool if you don't have the foil.
Yeah, jeez.
Well,
Get
I
out
learned
of
that
here.
the hard
Well,
way.
Get out of here, casuals.
The Detective Pikachu card was all gold and pretty shiny and pretty. And then we got Magikarp. Is that how you-
Magikarp.
Magikarp, is that how you say it?
Yeah, Magikarp's
Yeah.
worthless.
That they
Not
say
in
that
the
in the movie.
movie.
They,
Yeah.
well, they explain
Well, because
it
he
to an
turns into
extent.
Gyarados, and is Gyarados in the movie?
I don't know what Gyarados is. Is
Yeah.
that
It's like
the
the
big
giant
fish?
Chinese
Yeah, yeah,
drag.
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, he shows up.
It's like
Yes.
a snake.
He
They go
spews
all out on-
water.
Yeah, he's
They
a
go
water
all
type.
on the Pokemon. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
Magikarp's been
Uh-huh.
like, is like one of the longest running jokes in the Pokemon universe.
Yeah, and they definitely made that joke for the fans. There's
Yeah.
a lot of good stuff.
Oh,
for
I'm
the
sure
fans.
it's a pretty
Oh,
fan servicey movie.
It is so
But if you're not
fan-servicey.
super in on it,
No,
I'm sure
you're
it like
lost.
goes over your head, but you can still tell that it's fan service.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's got to be an awkward position to be
It
in.
was.
It wasn't for me actually.
It was for me. I was like, I know I felt like the whole time in the movie, I should know what these things are, but I
Yeah.
don't. So I needed more explanation for it. I don't want them to be like, this is this Pokemon and these are its traits. I don't need like the breakdown, but just a little bit more explanation. Maybe even some names on some of them because they don't.
That's
even...
what another thing I was wondering. Like, obviously, I know a lot of the because it looks like most of the ones in the movie are from like the first gen, which is by far the most well known Pokemon.
Uh-huh.
But I was wondering if they're gonna like go out of their way to say their names, or if they're just kind of exist in the background.
They do on a couple, and then others just exist in the background.
Yeah. I think I read that the director said there's some like 54 individual different Pokemon in the movie. So
I believe it.
I would say there's more.
it's like a third of all
Yeah.
the total Gen 1 ones. But
Yeah, I think they had Gen 1 and also like some newer ones.
no,
for,
I've
like,
se-
the
I've se-
newer
I saw a
series,
couple
too.
that are definitely not Gen 1 in the trailer. But
I don't know, like that part didn't bother me because like I am like in the or I guess the majority of being like a newcomer to this movie. I kind of like that this wasn't a movie that I had to like be over the head and explaining like what every single character or Pokemon is in this world. Like I like that it's just like this is the world we live in. Like
I get it.
just accept
Yeah.
it. Like, and it works for kids too
Pokemon-
because kids are gonna be curious about these Pokemon that aren't mentioned, and then they're gonna look at the cards, the games, the shows.
Yeah, Pokemon's just
It
so
makes
weird though,
sense.
because there's so many things about it that you just do not see anywhere else. Like
Right.
the concept of like Pokemon trainer battles, catching Pokemon,
Yeah.
the Pokedex, all of these things. I'm assuming most of those were in the movie.
Not
Yeah.
the decks, but the other stuff was. Yeah, and
Well, I guess he was never an official Pokemon trainer, so why would he get a Pokedex?
Yeah.
You know, you make a good point.
He's 11 years late to the game. You're
And
supposed to
I'll
start your
take your word
Pokemon
for
journey
it.
at 10 years old
And he was.
and just go out
he
into the
did.
world
That's not the
on
right
your
age.
own.
You drink when you're 21, and you go out into the world at 10 years old.
Oh, yeah, by yourself.
Is that not what you guys did?
In a world full of violent monsters
As
that
long as
can
you catch them,
electrocute
they're
you.
fine.
Yeah.
So the
it
brief
works.
story of Pokemon is that Justice Smith's character finds
Tim.
out Tim finds out that his dad was killed in a car wreck, and he has to go into Rhyme City to where
Yep.
his dad lives, because he lives with his grandma out in the country. He has to go into Rhyme City where his dad is, and kind of clean up his dad's life that he left behind. But when he gets there, and in his dad's apartment is his dad's Pokemon,
Detective Pikachu?
Pikachu. But Pikachu has lost his memory, so they don't know.
No.
But they both have a feeling that Tim's dad is still alive, and that takes them on the course of this adventure.
So it's kind of like a mystery.
It is. It's a mystery. Is
Yeah.
he
Piecing
alive?
together the
Is he not
plot.
alive? What happened?
Is Pikachu Ryan Reynolds from the very beginning?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that scene from the trailer like his
That's
literal
the
introduction?
Yep,
Okay.
his literal introduction.
And the joke's still hid in the trailer.
Oh,
too.
Oh, they
Like,
always,
so
show
cute.
quite a
they
bit,
always
and-
do when you have the full context of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. And Ryan Reynolds just has such great comedic timing too that it always works no matter what.
He is definitely the best
is it
part.
like PG Deadpool? Is that
Yeah.
fair to say?
Yeah.
A little bit.
But kids won't know that. Well,
Yeah.
unless they see Deadpool, but kids won't know
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
They'll
there's
think
nothing
it
wrong
might
with
be
that.
he
It's
got
just-
a few lines in there that were like
The only reason I
adult
say that is because
appropriate.
Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds, and if Ryan Reynolds
Right.
is doing this, then
It's it
It's
goes hand in
Deadpool.
hand.
Right.
No, he was especially funny, and he and Justice Smith work great off of each other, and it's works for just about everyone when it comes to the dialogue, humor, and story. Really, it's a mystery movie for kids, but it also teaches them about the world of Pokemon, or it embraces for all sorts of fans, like what Pokemon is all about. And I don't know, it just all really worked, especially for me coming from me, who's not known for being part of that world at all.
Kyle, did you find that the story was like super easy to figure out? Like you knew what it was halfway through?
Yeah, I mean, I found out
Right.
I was able to predict the beats going into it, but there was one thing towards the end that
Yeah,
did
right.
catch me by surprise, and I liked.
I read
Yeah.
several different sources that like it got strangely convoluted or like kind of confusing.
Script's a bit
towards
muddled,
the
but
end.
Script's a bit muddled. I think adults will see that more than kids will, and it
Yeah.
worked fine for me. Like I've just seen so many movies to where I noticed that sort of thing a lot more, but for this particular movie, like it didn't hurt me that
I
much.
think if you weren't paying attention, it could have gotten muddled at the end, because
Yeah,
I mean they wait till the end to reveal all the things, and so you're like, whoa, what was that? What was that?
Like all the answers to the
twists
mystery.
and stuff. Yeah. But
it's a mystery for kids though.
I
so
feel
I
like
think it'll
I feel
work
like
for
I know
them.
what one of them is.
what do you think your prediction is?
That his dad's not dead.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of the movie. His dad's not dead, so that's not a big spoiler.
Well,
Prediction.
yeah, you're right. I guess. But that his dad's a bad guy.
Oh my gosh,
Is his dad
that
a
could
bad
be
guy?
a good prediction. I
Is
don't
dad
know.
a bad guy.
It's an interesting question, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Is his dad trying to like enslave Pokemon and
Or maybe it's just trying to catch them all, Eric. Did you ever
Yeah.
think about that?
he's really late to the game if he's trying to catch them
Yeah.
all.
He should have caught them all by now.
Is there an Ash Ketchum cameo?
I think so, actually. It's either that or Red,
Oh, okay.
but I couldn't tell. It was
That would be
very
so
quick.
weird to see like a humanoid Ash. With Red, you can just give him the hat and the
Yeah.
look, but Ash, you know,
You can give him the
I don't
hat
know.
and it
I
will
don't know.
work.
I'm imagining like Alita anime eyes, but on like a dude and
Well, it's not.
spiky hair.
Not all the characters aren't like looking like that.
Yeah, I know, but like you see Ash
Justice
a certain
Smith
way
doesn't
for
have anime
decades, and then
eyes.
it's like what kind of like Sonic, you know, what would he look like in a live action movie?
Well,
I don't know.
That is the biggest takeaway for me
Right.
is how great all the Pokemon
they
look.
do look really good.
It's better than Sonic.
Yeah,
but way better
you
than
can-
I ever would have imagined.
yeah, you can tell the care and detail were put into making these Pokemon look
Yeah.
fantastic. And the city looks great. Like,
Yeah, it looks like a Blade Runner or something.
it does.
Just
It-
like based
Has
on
a
the
noir,
poster.
like future noir
Uh-huh.
element to it.
so all the sets were awesome.
Mm-hmm. Action was cool too, especially with in between the Pokemon too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The
Yeah.
fight cage scene that you see in the trailer was really fun.
So do you think
Magikarp.
people even more unfamiliar with Pokemon than you are gonna be lost, or do you think Ryan Reynolds will be able to
I think
hold
Ryan
them over?
Reynolds will be fine. Overall, I wouldn't say I was disappointed, but I just don't think it's going to be that huge underground swelling of.
Yeah, that kind of bummed me out because
Yeah.
You've been very high on.
I was, and then first of all, I always knew Endgame was gonna be huge, but Endgame
Yeah.
is just so huge.
Right.
And when the reviews kind of started trickling in, I don't know. I thought that the movie was going to have a nice, simple, mainstream story, but apparently that its story is almost simple to a fault, according to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
really simple, predictable.
If you're
And-
going to have it so simple, I wish they would have had more funny interactions with other Pokemon.
Well, yeah, like with a premise to the mainstream, with a premise as crazy as Pokemon, you should just go all out with it.
Yeah.
You can do so many things with these creatures and the people and their trainers, but
I would say that they go all out. It's just that they had to remember like this was a PG movie, and they had
Yeah.
to remember like the main target audience is going to be
little kids.
the little kid demographic, and thus making the script be a little bit simpler. So I'm with you. Like I kind of wish for just a little bit more, at least for adults, but I think it'll just be fine enough to where
Are there
it works.
gyms in it?
Are there gyms?
No.
No.
No. Okay.
Well, no.
No.
I thought about one scene, but no, there's no gyms in it.
No, there's that battle underground scene, and
Yeah,
I
that
just
one.
wish that there was,
It looked like dogfighting.
yeah, it was like caged.
It's very
Pokemon
tame
fighting.
dubstep dogfighting.
It is dubstep.
Like that's a good way to
There's
they're
like
in
a
the future.
DJ.
Yeah, they're in the future.
I guess that's true. Yeah, dubstep comes back. It
Right.
always comes back.
20-year nostalgia cycles.
No, but besides the not interview, but interrogate that one.
Mr. Mime.
Mr.
Yeah,
Mime.
and you see that in the trailer, so I'm not giving
Mr.
anything
Mime
away.
is disturbing.
And you see like the fight with Charizard. Did I get that right?
Yeah,
See, I really don't
Good
know
job.
anything.
that's my personal favorite. As like,
I don't like the ones that are too
Not a
big
fan
and
of Pokemon.
scary.
I like that
the,
one
I
I
like the
like.
cute little ones.
And
the
you
cute little
see
ones.
cute little ones in it. The
Plenty.
cute little baby ones.
Oh, I'm sure they make them
Um,
look insanely cute.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
everything looks so cute.
there's so many scenes with Pikachu being cute, but it's like Ryan Reynolds' voice where I'm like, I don't know what to feel.
I know.
I don't know what to feel here.
Especially when he's like Pika Pika. Like,
I mean, I just love the still just his tiny little like ankles. It's just
yeah,
like
and his little hand.
Yeah.
And he keeps trying to jump on Tim's shoulder for a ride. And,
Oh yeah.
and he's
that
like,
that
no,
part,
get down.
those scenes I really liked.
Yeah. I mean, there are really cute things in it. I don't want to, like, overall, I wasn't disappointed. The things I enjoyed the most were, like, when Pikachu was dealing with other Pokemon. I just wish there was more of that.
Yeah, I
Less,
feel like that'll probably be a
Yeah.
common.
less human
criticism.
interaction, more Pokemon interaction.
Yeah,
is
that's
what
what it's
I
all
would've
about.
wanted. Yeah.
You gotta catch them all, people. You have to. I don't know. Overall, like, I really like this more than I thought I would. I was a little bit more hesitant on it going into the theater than I actually realized until I was there, but I came out really happy that I saw it. And I'm glad
Yeah.
that they pulled it off well, and I think it works for just
Oh
about
my gosh.
anyone.
My son was so excited. He barely knows anything about Pokemon, but a lot of
But
kids,
is he going to be into it now, you think?
a little bit. A lot of kids in his class know Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
So he
Yeah.
was excited because they talk about it so much.
Yeah, and he's going to be a part of
He's
that
gonna be like, I gotta
conversation.
get into this now so I can
Yeah.
participate.
Gotta catch them all. Sorry. That was
Yeah. At 5 years old, I will be buying Pokemon cards now.
I never
Just
was-
wait
I
till
never
he's
got into
10.
the
He's going to be
cards.
out in the world catching them.
Yeah. With Pokemon Go
Yeah.
on my phone.
You've got him for 5 more years.
Yeah.
It's gonna embrace those 5 years. He's gonna be leaving soon.
Making his trek across the continent.
Oh, not my baby. Mom will go with.
No,
That's a Pokemon show I want to see. Ash going on another adventure, but this time his mom's like, "No, I'm coming with you. You've been on too many dangerous adventures."
Yes, have to show his mom how to do it.
I'll watch that show. Yeah, I would say I should recommend this to just about anyone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing it this weekend, like usual. So
Yeah, I want to hear what you have to say about
It'll be
it.
interesting to see if it topples it. I kind of feel like it might not now.
Yeah, what's it
Topples
projected for?
Avengers.
70
I don't know.
mil
It's not
opening?
expected to, based on some.
No, like
It's-
40, I think.
It's pretty
35
close.
to 40, maybe.
Really?
For what?
For Pokemon
its
to
opening?
open.
Oh,
Wow, I thought
I've
it'd be
seen
higher.
higher. I've seen 50 to 60.
Yeah.
But maybe after this early show, people are tempering their
Yeah.
predictions. Yeah, I don't know. Endgame is just. I think it's very likely it could. What's it? This is its third weekend now.
Yeah.
The record for like the largest third weekend ever.
I've heard that it's on track to get to 6 billion.
6?
6
Or
billion.
sorry, 3. Where'd I get 6 from? 3.
I don't know.
3 billion.
My God.
6 would be crazy.
You're like, take it easy, Kyle.
I don't even know if the whole box office does. No, it does.
Yeah.
It does like 14 or something, but yeah.
Yeah, it's 3 billion, not 6. I don't know where I got that from.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
throwing out
there's all
numbers.
those memes of Endgame like coming up on Titanic and and Avatar. And it's like on your left.
Yeah, I was hoping that, or at least I'm hoping that Pokemon opens up well, because I think this is a
it
worthwhile
will.
watch.
I don't know. Pokemon fans are crazy and very loyal, but maybe they're seeing through this mainstream attempt at their fandom.
Oh, I think it's good, though. I think it was a good attempt. Like, it was very heartfelt.
Oh, I'm
very,
sure it is, but
like,
maybe to some of the most elite fans, it's like they don't get it.
Well, meanwhile, they made a Pikachu look real, so I don't think
Yeah.
they get it, but okay.
they made a Pikachu look real and look cute
They're like,
and
"Nah,
awesome.
I'd rather
So
play Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I want.
No, that one looks more
now.
real than this one.
Oh.
So what's next on
Our
the
big
list?
old Disney slate, reshuffling and announcing new movies.
Yeah, there's been a lot of chatter about this. Disney just reshuffled their slate. Basically maintained a lot of the Fox slate.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
That was very surprising. They moved it around, accommodated it better in the release schedule
Yeah.
for them, so they weren't competing against their own product. So yeah, that's been kind of interesting. And they dated 3 new Star Wars movies.
Yeah, they did that as well. And it looks like those Star Wars movies are going to come, 3 years after
Yeah, it's,
Episode 9, and then they will offset December release dates between that and Avatar movies,
Yeah.
right? So basically,
for like 9 years straight, you can
Yeah.
look forward to Star Wars, Avatar, Star Wars, Avatar,
I
Star
don't
Wars,
know.
Avatar.
we're going to
If
be having
if
Avatar from 2020 to 2025.
You guys really
Or
think that they're going to
27,
make
whatever.
5
2027.
Avatar movies?
They are. I mean, it's very easy to joke about it, and I mean, I agree, because Avatar it's such a weird anomaly, because it was just far and away. It was just so unprecedented with how huge it was.
Yeah.
But it went hand in hand with a change in technology.
Absolutely.
3D
And a lot of
became
people didn't really realize
cool
that at the
again.
time, especially me. But then in
Yeah.
hindsight, you're like, oh, this like whole new thing, this technology that is in literally every
Yeah.
movie now was started with
started
that movie.
with that.
You never realize that.
Not to mention, like,
But-
there weren't many event movies at that time, and, like, Avatar was, like, one of the few, you know?
I remember it. Yeah, it was huge. It came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Gigantic. But I don't know. The industry cliche is you don't bet against James Cameron. So
Right.
for all we know,
He's got two movies making $1 billion. So
And he
He's-
sees the Endgame
well, he's
crushing
talked
both
a
of them,
lot
so he's like, I'm
about-
coming.
he's
Yeah.
talked a lot about like some sort of like quote unquote revolutionary underwater technology, and so I have no doubt that whatever it is, it's gonna be ambitious.
yeah,
But I don't know if
it'll have the same.
technology, revolutionary technology, will be enough.
I don't know if revolutionary technology that just captures the movie
Yeah,
will be the changer, because what the 3D did, the motion capture 3D, it changed how you experienced the movie in the theater. But I don't see Avatar 2 changing the movie theater experience.
We don't know. Maybe.
So you're,
Maybe
and I
we will.
don't think the Avatar movies were really that great of stories that it's like, oh my gosh, I've got to continue
Well,
that
no,
story.
but I mean, it did everything it needed to do well enough. But it's easy to pick apart because it's so huge. It's easy to say this is just Dances with Wolves or Fern Gully,
it
which
is
is
Fern Gully.
kind of a lame argument though, because every story is a ripoff of
Yeah,
another
right.
story.
Yeah,
I don't
But
but I just didn't think the story was that
but no, I mean,
appealing to me.
Avatar has definitely had a. It's seen more, not in a negative light, but in kind of
Right.
like an ironic, like,
The luster wore off pretty quickly
yeah,
when you go so long without a sequel or
yeah.
yeah, and that's the biggest worry, especially now that it's being all these are being pushed back again. Is like, is the luster dying so much to where even if we do see a trailer, or even if we do find out like what this new technology really is, like, are people gonna come back in droves like they did all the way back in what 2009,
Yeah.
10, whatever
9.
year it was, 9.
I think they're gonna
Yeah.
have like a. I mean, they already changed the font because they use papyrus font.
Never
But
used papyrus.
I feel like. I sort of feel like Avatar 2, 3, 4, 5 are not gonna actually be the titles, and I feel
No.
like they're gonna. Not like reboot it, but not necessarily treat it as like a direct sequel. I think they're just gonna take that universe and the characters and just sort of.
expand it.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to explain what I think they're gonna do, but like, I don't think they're gonna really acknowledge a lot of the first movie. I think, because they are probably smart enough to realize that people aren't crazy for a direct sequel to Avatar. So I think they're
So
just gonna
let's
take
make
the
four
world
more.
of Pandora and the creatures and just, tell a totally different type of story.
And that might be more interesting to me if
Yeah,
they did
I mean,
that.
they changed the font of every. I think they're just trying to transform the whole identity of the series.
Well, it's now with theme parks too, and I think they have to
Oh, yeah.
incorporate that theme park branding.
Oh yeah,
And I wonder if this isn't just to perpetuate the theme parks, especially in foreign markets.
maybe
Where's the theme park at?
it's.
I think it was in China, I thought.
Oh, it's in
Some-
China. Oh, okay.
Is there?
Yeah,
Maybe?
I can't remember.
Look it up, Kyle. Is there a China Avatar theme park?
Pandora, the World of Pandora theme park.
Yeah. Or soon to be one. I'm pretty sure it's a theme park.
Yeah, it's definitely, at least it will be.
I think it was at Universal Studios.
This is at Walt Disney World Resort near Orlando.
Okay, so Walt Disney World in Orlando has an
Really?
Avatar.
Wow,
Yeah,
I
I
haven't been there in
guess.
a long time.
Yeah,
man.
me either. Gonna have Avatar, gonna have Star Wars. They
I
really
would-
are just trying
yeah.
to fuel those theme parks.
I mean, Disney definitely has taken over December for the next
decade.
decade. Yeah, so
My
enjoy your
God.
Christmases if you're into Star Wars and Avatar if you want to see those every year, which I
Makes me
know I will because I'm a
so-
sucker. But
I'll be glad on the Avatar years.
Makes me
I'll be like,
angry.
watch something else.
Makes me angry.
Yeah, because
Well, not that. I mean,
you were
it's
kind
just
of
a little
excited
disappointed.
that they were going to take a break. Bob
I wanted them
Iger
to just.
said they were
I
gonna
was
take
so
a break.
happy if they just. I know that they already announced the Ryan Johnson and the Game of Thrones guys series, but I would be so happy if they just never, ever, ever made another Star Wars movie.
jeez,
It's like, cool, just do your live action Disney Plus series that I'll probably check out eventually, but I don't know.
Well,
we made a big
at
deal
least it's
about
a
like
at least it's a 3-year gap in terms of the movies.
yeah, but I mean,
I know what you're saying though, but for me at least there is somewhat of a break.
you get older and then time goes by faster and then the movies are all of a sudden here and it's
Yeah.
like there was supposed to be a hiatus. What is this?
You really got burnt by The Last Jedi. I feel bad for you. Because me, like, I'm just a more casual fan. I'm like, okay, cool, Star Wars movie.
I mean, I love Last Jedi. I love everything about it. but
Yeah.
the fandom. It just I don't want to have to
Go through the fandom
know
again.
that the fandom is out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Is there anything else that appeals to you guys about the reshuffling stuff going on?
I mean, there's a couple individual titles like
Yeah.
like somehow New Mutants is still happening.
Yeah, they're going to release it in theaters.
They dropped Gambit officially, which was never not going to happen.
That's been in
poor
development
Channing
hell.
Tatum. All he
Yeah.
wanted was a Gambit movie.
That would have been
He would have been great as the
yeah,
character.
that would have been a really cool
He looks
movie.
exactly like him.
yeah.
You know, I
Totally
imagine they
does.
could do like a weird sort of more like martial arts, kind of like the Wolverine movie. You know, a little more grounded, but
yeah,
like,
in that realm, but better. Yeah.
yeah, I didn't think the Wolverine was that bad.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Is
fine.
that Wolverine where we got the
He,
first Deadpool?
No, that
No,
was
that's
X-Men
the-
Origins.
That
That's
was
the
X-Men.
second one that we're talking about.
This
X-Men
one he like goes to
Origins?
Japan, and he's like,
Oh, yeah.
there are definitely good parts to it, but
Sure.
there are some bad parts to it too. I like the subway scene.
Yeah, subway scene's
Oh
good.
yeah, Artemis Fowl that got pushed back to next year.
That's probably a good thing. Although I don't think pushing it back is going to help that
No,
movie at all.
It was already way outdated, and now it's just gonna be even more outdated.
and weird. And I just felt like it was probably better in August, like, or September, or
Yeah, because they pushed it to May.
to
I think?
May. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's taking over that Avengers kind of timeline,
Yeah, May
or
29th.
Aladdin timeline.
At least
Yeah.
it makes us breathe between Lion King and Maleficent.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you want a silver lining to it, I don't know.
Yeah, but
Right.
I don't think-
That's the one thing I could come up with. I'm just excited that now we have release dates for like Ford versus Ferrari.
Yeah,
Oh.
no, I'm excited.
And I
That's-
saw the
that's-
I can't
trailer
wait
at
to see
that.
that. Ad Astra's
CinemaCon.
going to be
Yeah,
a
Kyle
thing.
and I, all of us people who
Right.
weren't privy to CinemaCon, we don't even know what it looks like.
It's so good.
We
It's
just
got this
I hear
like,
nothing
It's
but
just
great
word of
things.
mouth.
oh yeah, it's got. I think it takes place in the '60s, so it's
Probably
got this,
60s, 70s.
like this vintage retro vibe to it, and Matt Damon is awesome, and Christian Bale and them have have really good chemistry. I talked about too. We mentioned this in the office how Matt Damon just has that charismatic star quality
Yes.
that he's on screen, and I'm like
I
just
love-
drawn to him.
I don't think I have ever. I mean, I'm not saying every movie he's been in is
Yeah.
good, but I don't think I've ever not enjoyed him in a movie.
Right. What about that one? Is it Downsizing? Where is that?
I
where he
didn't see
shrinks
Downsizing.
himself?
I didn't see that movie.
I didn't hear great things about it.
Some
I'm sure
people
he
like-
did fine though.
Yeah.
Like the Hollywood Reporter and a couple other sources named it like the best movie of 2017, but most people
Really?
were like,
Oh, it
"This
was
is
a bomb.
this is
It
a
was
really
too weird.
misguided
Yeah,
movie."
interesting.
But I think
I
he
forgot
was
complete-
probably the
totally
best
forgot
part of
about
that.
I guess I didn't see Suburbicon either, and that movie is
Oh,
also
right.
supposed to be horribly misguided.
yeah,
But again, I'm sure Matt Damon's fine. in
I don't
it.
think Matt Damon's the problem in those movies.
It's Magic Man, magical.
yeah. There really isn't a Matt Damon movie that I can think of where he's like bad in it.
Yeah.
You know. I don't
So
know.
Even in Thor Ragnarok, he's great.
Yeah, exactly. Like even in Thor Ragnarok. I'm also glad to see that Ad Astra ended up having
That was
a
the one I
release
was most-
date instead of just being taken off
Yeah,
completely.
that was
didn't-
one I was excited for. I don't know
Really?
anything about
Yeah,
it, but
starring
Brad Pitt in
It's
space,
supposed
I
to
love
be,
it.
Yeah, it's like a sci-fi movie. I'm just trying to remember who the
didn't-
director is now. Let
I
me
heard some
check.
things that it wasn't really there and that good. So I'm surprised
Maybe.
it's still on the schedule.
I mean,
I
maybe
mean,
that's
Brad Pitt's another just movie star.
Right.
maybe that's why they pushed it back, so that way they can spend more time.
Maybe fixing it, or
Yeah, it could be.
I wouldn't be surprised though if we get there and that one just quietly goes to streaming. Like that would
Maybe
be the
yeah,
one that I would
this
think.
This
Really?
is
You
by
think
no
that-
means final. you
Yeah.
know. This is all going to change again inevitably.
I'm sure that they.
Oh,
If I was
okay.
if I was Disney, I would definitely set up my slate like with the movies for my theatrical distribution, just to hedge myself against if technically things go wrong with the streaming
Yeah.
site.
No, I think so. Yeah, they're probably going to try and stagger it out so they have ones that the Fox properties they're the most confident in,
Yeah.
so they can rely on them to, do good business, and then, who knows what happens with Disney Plus, but then
Because for the first couple years of the streaming, to get people to do it, you're going to want to have theatrical films that like, oh, I recognize this property, and then put it on streaming.
yeah, you want to build up that credibility.
Because that's kind of what Netflix had been doing. They were going around to studios and making sure that once the VOD window hit, they were getting it first.
Oh yeah, snatching it up.
So I'm sure that that's kind of what Disney is doing with this reshuffling, is trying to
Yeah.
create that pipeline.
Oh yeah, how can I forget Spies in Disguise? That's still happening.
It's
It's just
still
pushed down to Christmas
happening.
Day.
It's
Perfect timing.
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day.
Oh, I might have to
So
take the
it might
boys to
get-
that. That looks cute.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does look cute.
It's so weird.
I thought
It's-
that scene where he could
we've
see
talked
his
about
butt
this heavily before.
looks so funny.
I don't know.
I mean, it does, but
I just don't like Will Smith
Sure.
very much. So
Yeah.
well, there we disagree on. And of course, Steven Spielberg's West Side Story is finally being released next December.
that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And also the upcoming Marvel Fox movies have been removed, but I think that's just so Kevin Feige can analyze
Yeah, I mean,
what he's gonna do.
what they're
with
gonna
it.
do.
I don't think
Yeah.
anything is officially announced past Spider-Man.
No, I mean th've announced like Black
Black
Widow.
Widow.
we know
Shang-Chi,
what's in the
and-
works.
Yeah, but we don't
nothing-
know
there's
when
no
they're
release
being
dates,
released.
the order.
The order.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait and hear about that as time comes. I'm not too concerned about it.
No.
Yeah.
But
So-
it definitely made headlines, Disney doing this, because they are such a powerhouse that
Yeah.
it does weight the release schedule in their favor. But to be honest, we saw a lot of articles about this
Yeah,
week,
it's
and
all in
so
flux.
it's so silly, it's so overhyped because. Yeah, they're gonna be movies. They're planning movies.
Disney's
10
gonna be
years in the
making
future.
movies in
Till
a decade. What?
2027. Whoa.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, everybody just know that there's going to be a new movie every weekend into perpetuity until the whole industry dies. So
Yeah.
we know it's there.
It's mostly for those readers that are like, "What? How do they plan so many that far?" And
This is just
meanwhile, we're in the industry
Yeah,
where
this
we're
is
like,
just-
"Yeah, like it's
Yeah,
a
it's
business.
it's
they need a plan."
Exactly.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's
I
just
think
it's the
funny.
thing, you hear about a movie like, on Rent Track or something, you see it like a year before people start hearing about it. It's like, yeah, I know about that. It's like,
Yeah.
how do you know? It's like,
'Cause-
well, I'm in the industry.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I'm an insider.
Insider.
I'm an insider. No big deal.
Well, speaking of Disney, we should probably get into our trailers. Now we had two big ones.
We did.
I guess we
Speaking of
should
Disney,
Yeah,
Well,
we should start.
you
Well, I
mean
guess
Sony.
it's Sony, but
yeah.
come on.
Speaking of Marvel,
Speaking
Yeah.
of Marvel, that's associated with Disney.
Disney will buy
Nailed it.
Sony in a couple years. That's okay.
Uh,
Spider-Man: Far From Home. The official trailer, because we had a teaser before.
Full of
We did.
spoilers, and we will probably
Yeah.
say the spoilers too. So if you
Yeah.
haven't seen
Spoiler
any of this
warning,
stuff,
but,
there you
they
go.
spoiler warning Endgame. If you haven't
Tom
seen
Holland-
Endgame,
Tom
don't
Holland
watch
and-
this trailer and listen to this part of the podcast.
Tom Holland literally opens the trailer with like a 20-second monologue.
Yeah,
like,
he's like, even
just
I'm telling
imploring
you,
you.
they're spoilers.
yeah. So basically, literally, the first line is implying that Iron Man's dead.
and
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah.
It takes place right after the events of Endgame,
Mm-hmm.
and it's people obviously rejoining the world 5 years later, and also like figuring out the consequences of what happened after the snap
Yeah.
Yes, well,
that's.
or the re-snap, the death
Yeah.
of Iron Man.
I hope
should
they
say.
kind of explore that a little bit, because like
I-
it's got to be so weird to have everybody disappear for 5 years and then everybody comes back, and it's like,
Well, but it was only half of everybody. So when they see the school scene, I'm like, he goes back to school, but somehow, so his buddies also snapped away because they would have been 5 years older.
yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's what I'm saying. There's so many weird rabbit holes, and I hope they explore or at least address some of them. But
I
they're
think-
probably just gonna.
Yeah.
I think the nitpicky stuff, like what you're kind of saying, is gonna just have to go over people's head. I think we're just gonna have to be like, yeah, like
Everything's
they all
back
got
to
snaps.
normal.
Yeah,
It was
we,
a little
we
weird
have
now,
to just
but-
assume that they disappeared in the snap, but it's just weird that MJ and his buddy both
everyone
yeah.
he knows happened. Yeah,
and
I'm
the
with ya,
annoying
sure.
bully kid. I'm like,
Yeah,
two of these people shouldn't
yeah,
be here.
Flash. Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot that kid's the new Flash Thompson. I love it.
Yeah, I
love it.
He's a great actor. I think he's really funny. Yeah, and I also liked in this trailer that they're explaining that for Spider-Man's personal story, it's going to be about him learning that his father figure has passed, and now he's going to have to kind
Again.
of take on the mantle to be
Yeah.
more than just the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
He just
And-
keeps losing father figures. It's really
True.
sad.
Yeah, again.
And now he's got to settle for Nick Fury
and
And
that's a-
Happy.
and Happy. Yes.
I do like how Happy is stepping up his role
Yeah,
and trying to be this father figure.
I really
Yeah,
like
these
that
He's
kids.
too.
trying.
Yeah.
He's doing his best.
And it also makes sense because, I mean, Favreau, as a director, but also as an actor, has been part of this since day one. So it makes
Yeah.
sense,
Yeah.
like, the next guy to step up and take charge,
I guess
he
he's
would
like
be helping him out.
he's
Right.
gonna like almost literally be his father figure, because I forgot in the teaser him and Aunt May have like a thing now.
Oh, do they in
yeah,
the
I
teaser?
ship that.
Yeah, it's like the first scene of the teaser.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, Happy and Aunt May are like flirting, and
No
Peter's
wonder
like,
Happy's
what was
there."
that?
I'm pretty sure we have talked about this in
Right.
great detail, like that
Oh,
we're
yeah.
stoked for
Forgot
this or
that.
something.
I forgot
Yeah.
that happened. Sorry, Avengers is just like taken over.
It's a
I'm like,
little
when was
overwhelming.
that?
Endgame was a big deal, but come on, Happy
Yeah.
and Aunt May.
Oh, I'm excited for that. That's
Yeah.
good.
No, I mean the rest of the trailer, it kind of gives us a little bit more idea of who Mysterio is. Jake Gyllenhaal looks amazing in
Oh,
it.
I love
He's so
his.
good.
He's so good, and I love the costume. But apparently, it might be a Mysterio from another Earth, supposedly, allegedly.
Yeah, that was that. You
Well,
got
that's just what
pretty
we're
comic booky
told.
there. It's like, oh, multiverse. You know,
I mean,
kind of assume that
It's
based
cool
on
that-
Endgame.
it's cool that we might be exploring the possibility of multiverses, but if I had to guess, I'm thinking that this is a bait and switch to where
Yeah.
Mysterio's just lying for some sort
That's
of
what I really hope
endgame.
is the case.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, I like to think that in the aftermath of the snap, everything's dire and
Well, now they know that
everybody's scared.
Tony, and they know Tony Stark isn't around anymore.
Yeah, so
you're
Mysterio's like,
gonna
I can be
get
the
people.
new techie guy.
Yeah.
So I like to think he's making artificial crises that he can
Right.
then save and gain the love and
Of the
admiration
people
of everybody.
and try to be the next
Yeah,
Iron
excuse me.
Man, but he's not. He's just.
But it's like, you don't
he's a
understand. You're
villain.
being selfish, Quentin.
He's a fraud.
so
just a
He doesn't
big
know about
phony.
Shuri. The next
Yeah.
Iron Man is Shuri, T'Challa's sister.
yeah.
That's
Sure.
That's who.
I mean,
next
the
Iron Man-
techie side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see
techie
that.
smart
The
side.
brains.
Sure.
Yeah.
The brains and the tech are gonna come from her now.
I don't know. I have always loved Mysterio so much for some reason.
Underrated villain.
And see, to me, I grew up with all of I never thought of him in terms of like A, B, C tier
Sure.
heroes and villains. Like even like Hydro Man and Molten Man, which is probably what those things are. To me, I was like,
C-list,
they're
yeah,
just like
I'm pretty sure
Spider-Man
that's what they are.
villains.
Mhm.
But apparently, a lot of people are like, who's Mysterio? And I'm like, what?
I
Yeah,
recognize
yeah,
what
you
he
and
looks
me,
like.
you and me were like, come on, it's
Mysterio's
Mysterio,
amazing.
guys. Come on, it's pretty cool.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm super excited for it.
I didn't know who he was, but I recognized his costume. Like,
Yeah, it's Fishbowl.
If you didn't know
Yeah.
Spider-Man, you had to have recognized that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, at least there was that recognition there. I'm worried that maybe the trailer showed a bit too much. Not in terms of endgame spoilers, like that's fine. I understand why they did it that way. But just maybe some of the plot points might have been pushed a little
Yeah.
bit too many. That could also
Too
just be a bait.
early.
Yeah, or it's just a bait and switch thing, and it's gonna trick people. So I still have to see and find out about that. But
Well, I mean, anybody who knows
that's
Mysterio,
a small
I feel like they're banking on
thing.
the fact that most people aren't super familiar with Mysterio, so I'm pretty confident that it is a bait and switch, and he's
Yeah.
gonna be behind everything because that's
Yeah.
just who he is.
Mhm.
But most people don't know that, so
I'm also hoping it's a bait and switch for Mary Jane knowing Peter's secret identity.
maybe
Um,
I would be fine if she.
I'd be
knew.
fine if she knew that.
Sure, I mean, just in terms of showing it in the trailer might have been a bit too
Yeah,
much to
yeah,
show.
I get that.
Yeah.
Again, could be bait and switch, or it could work out just fine.
I hope they expand on her character a lot because I like her and I like Zendaya's take on MJ.
I do
But I'm
too.
getting a little her whole like real deadpan
Like,
thing followed
he-
up with like
yeah.
I'm just joking. You know, that's getting a little repetitive.
Sure.
Right. And
So.
that kind of angsty teenager vibe. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't really care about anything.
It seems like they're gonna give her more screen time, so I wonder if
Oh,
we're gonna
definitely.
see a bit more depth than just what you guys are saying.
I mean, Peter was like head over heels for what was his love interest in the first one's name?
Oh shoot, Lisa,
Liz.
Liz. That's what
He was
it
like head over heels for Liz.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he's like all of a sudden gonna like be in love with MJ now, or if they're just gonna.
Hey, man, he's 16.
Is
Yeah,
it?
how many?
I don't know.
Well, or he's
Six-
yeah, he's got to be like 16. He's
Even though
still
there's a
in high
5-year
school.
gap, he's
He's still
still
the
I'm
same.
trying to remember what
age.
year he was.
sophomore, junior.
Oh yeah, 'cause she was a senior, right?
Is Liz was a senior? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right, Peter.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if they're gonna go right into like they now like have feelings for each other, or if they're gonna be like share a lot of the screen time and go through, and just be kind of like buddy, but there's something there.
Yeah, I hope that's what it is.
or if they're just gonna be like way more like I love you.
If Feige is really planning on having these Spider-Man movies play out through like majority of his high school years, I could see them keeping it to where it's like, will they, won't they?
Yeah.
What is this
They
type
will,
of thing?
but
Yeah, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'll have faith.
yeah,
That'll
no, I
work
am
out.
too. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
and
know. Looks
then
good.
The last trailer we had was It Chapter 2. Finally. Debuted.
I'm so happy we finally
You got
got
to see the
it.
Yeah,
footage.
even had
I
a
saw at
YouTube
CinemaCon.
countdown to the premiere of the trailer.
24 hours
Oh my
till
God.
It Chapter 2.
Yeah,
The whole culture around trailers has gotten insane to me.
right.
But anyway,
Trailer starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So it sounded like a lot of what we saw is what you saw at CinemaCon,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Because you watched the trailer too.
Yeah.
That whole Jessica Chastain opening, really creepy old lady scene.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
That was
like
the
what we
CinemaCon
saw
thing?
at CinemaCon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes into like a more traditional trailer where
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
scenes
More-
of them together.
No, I thought it was really creepy. it was almost a little campy in places, just with how unsettling the old woman was.
Yeah.
Like,
well, why?
Pennywise.
She's in her. So this old woman is in her childhood home, and she was looking for her father.
Is in Beverly's childhood home.
Beverly's childhood home, and she's come back as an adult looking for her father, and this old lady's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, child, but your father has died," and then invites her in to look around. Just
what are you looking for?
The whole situation was weird to begin with, and then you put that super creepy old lady in. It's
man, the stare that she does got me.
She held it for like 20 seconds.
I know, it was amazing.
It's like, oh my god, please stop.
And
Look,
the
do
flies.
anything else. I was expecting like her
the
face to
flies
turn into
too.
like
Ugh.
Pennywise.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
and
She
goes back to
does
runs
twitch.
around naked.
Yeah.
you know, just
You
doing
get
her
naked
thing.
old lady, and then she jumps on her.
But yeah, then it goes into like the flashes of the image of the other scenes, and I love how, we all loved the cast when it was first announced, but actually seeing them in motion
they
together
look really good together.
they look terrible though. Like they're all so haggard and tired and traumatized
I thought you meant they looked
and
terrible in the
dirty and
trailer.
exhausted.
Yeah.
And it's like Bill Hader. It's just like, oh, what have you seen?
You've seen
a lot, but like,
happier.
yeah, they look great, but these
the
these
casting's
people have not
terrific.
had easy lives.
I like that. Since this is a 27-year gap, they're still going to show the kids from the original, and there's going to be like showing parallels between then and now. I think that could be really cool, especially now that it's being more updated as compared to like the TV movie.
It'll break up the story a little bit too. Like,
I'm so excited. You don't really see a whole lot of, just in terms of like big mainstream movies, something that with this kind of a scope, seeing them as little kids and then as the adults, but they're still very much connected, and it's kind of an epic story.
And they did say in this one they're going to have the domestic violence in it. They're going to
Beverly is...
Was it racial stuff in it too?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. With Mike, I think.
Yeah, her husband.
I think Mike was the black kid.
Oh.
I think.
I couldn't remember.
But yeah, Beverly is...
Beverly's
she's not
really
had it easy.
No. She has really
I mean, none of them have had it easy, but it's going to be a tough movie. And you see that little flash of, I think it was Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, it's Mike.
Okay. Yeah. Like almost drowning in fake blood. And she was in an interview. She's like, I think we have what may be the bloodiest scene of all time. And it looks like, based on that little...
Tarantino's movies.
I don't know. Based on that little glimpse, I'm like, okay, yeah. That's like just a swimming pool of blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to... Because it's very much a teaser. It's just kind of flashes of intense things. You see Pennywise like ripping his face off.
Oh, Bill Skarsgård looks great.
Oh, I'm so excited he's back, though. I love his take on him so much.
Yeah, it's terrifying, and I'm going to be just as scared as I was the first time I saw it.
The thing, though, that is going to be interesting is how they change Pennywise to make him more scary to what an adult would find scary.
That's true.
Because a lot of the first movie was, if you were a little kid, these things would be terrifying. They're still scary to see, but I'm wondering if they're gonna, in a way, age up Pennywise too.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
That would be very interesting, because it kind of goes back to what Cody was saying about they're gonna be showing some hardcore stuff, like the domestic abuse type things or the racial stuff. I'm wondering if Pennywise is gonna go to those places in order to scare them. Which could be very
risky.
interesting.
It could be they risk being controversial, but I feel like if you're gonna be
true.
as unflinching as they obviously want to be, you're probably gonna have to go down some of those roads.
Yeah, I do wonder if that's gonna be the case. If this is gonna be less praised as the first one is, because the first one, at least people were scared of things that would obviously be scary to people, but for this
you just
one,
love the kids because they're all hilarious.
Yeah, exactly.
But now
if this one, if it's gonna get as real in a sense, in a real life sense, it could get to that point. Maybe people would be turned off by that coming out of the movie. That would be very interesting to see.
Closer to home for adults.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, that's a very good way to say it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. It's a teaser trailer at the end of the day, so what?
We're still recovering from Endgame, so it's really hard to get pumped
Even
about this
3
other
weeks later.
stuff. It's just I still feel a little exhausted from that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, this weekend,
Very good trailers.
Everybody should go out and see POKÉMON
Yes.
And
It's
if you
super
want
cute.
to,
Take
you
your
can
kids.
also check out The Hustle, Palms, or Tolkien.
Yes.
Because those are coming out too.
They are.
Yeah.
The Hustle looks really funny. I love Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson. And Anne Hathaway just got a star, I think, on the Walk of Fame. Or
Oh,
an
She
finally.
award.
didn't have one already?
I don't
I
know.
don't think she did.
I thought Rebel Wilson was there. I thought I saw something
Oh, nice.
about that.
Good for
Well,
her.
good. Yeah, good for
Yeah.
Anne
I
Hathaway.
think they're buddies. They could be buddies in real life, which is always fun to
Probably.
see.
Yeah.
And then Diane Keaton and Palms. If you want to take your grandma to a feel-good film about how youth never dies.
I know my family's gonna be taking my grandma to see it, so I'll ask her what she thinks.
It's Mother's Day weekend, everyone. Don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget.
Very true.
the moms.
Sunday, Mommy's Day. Mothers Unite.
And then there's Tolkien.
And Tolkien. I think that Tolkien looks really good.
It looks fine. I don't know. I think it's gonna have a hard time getting people in seats for some reason.
I
but,
do too.
That's
my-
just a guess,
Yeah.
though. I don't know.
I hope
But yeah,
not, because I
obviously-
booked it.
Obviously, we'll have to see if Pokemon can dethrone Endgame.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not feeling as confident as I was before yesterday.
Yeah, Eric got me very confident to where I'm like,
Yeah,
man,
I'm
that
sorry,
battle's gonna be
guys.
crazy.
I'm sorry.
And now I'm
Yeah.
I
hesitant.
thought the movie
I'm
was
glad
going
that
to
you
be
did.
better than it apparently
Right.
is.
I mean,
Not saying
and-
it's bad,
No,
though.
but it's good.
No,
Take your
Endgame's
kids.
box office just
Yeah.
more than what we bargained for.
It is a
That's for sure.
phenomenon
Somehow.
that you can't predict.
Yeah, well, we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Yeah. And if you guys can't wait that long, you can at least check out our site, silverscreeninsider.com. You can check out the trailers that we talked about and all the articles and reviews that we have up on the stuff that we talked about today. And our podcast is on there too. So spread the word and check us all out.
Awesome. Well, have a great weekend, everyone.
Have a good weekend. See you guys.